Probably the
Yo,
last
yo,
person
yo,
were probably.
Street Billboards,
Yeah.
it's your boy B. We got So Cold Press Play. We got Fortune to have on the
Yo, yo,
line
yo.
tonight, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that
Yo,
like button, hit the subscribe button. We got some good conversation for y'all tonight, man. Press play, what it is, brother.
All right, man. So yeah, like I was just saying, Fortune Ave, so pretty much it was five artists, Jadakiss, Fabulous, Gucci Mane, Young Jeezy, and Rick Ross, right? And they said one
yeah.
gotta go, and like their whole body of work. And
Mm,
there's like no easy answer, like, and there's like really no wrong answer because just depending on your demographic, your choice can easily be swayed. You know what I'm saying? Me
yeah.
be, growing up and having like the like I didn't necessarily just listen to Southern rappers. I listened to whoever I thought was good. You know what I'm saying? Like I never like was region locked, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I was able to like listen to all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I was able to
Yeah.
pick up gems and learn from all of them. But who would your choice be if one of them had to go?
Mm, man. First of all, I wasn't regional locked neither. Like
Right.
I always liked music. I always wanted to produce and make beats. Since I maybe when I got to middle school, I like, man, I want to fuck with the beats and shit. So I was listening to like Dog Pound Gangsters, the way Daz and them made beats over there. That
Right.
was like that and DPG shit. And I was listening to like the Southern shit and the New York shit, the Wu Tang and
Right.
Redman and Nas. So I listened to everything. Anything was good. Chicago had a few motherfuckers up there, Twister, and I listened to all that Do or Die Po Pimp. So
Uh huh.
with these
Do or die.
five choices, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that Do or Die Po. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that gas though. But I'm gonna get back on subject, and that could
Right.
lead into
Right.
some other shit.
Yeah. 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 We'll get to. It. We'll get to. It. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man, you got
Fab,
Fabolous,
Jada
Jeezy,
Kiss.
Gucci Man, Jadakiss, and Young Jeezy.
Yeah,
Oh
and
man, this shit is.
Rick Ross. Rick Ross.
Oh yeah, Rick Ross. Man, um, somebody got to go. Just all that shit. We ain't even going on like musically, or cause these niggas got mixtapes. Some niggas got.
It's how you feel, bro. It's how you feel. How, whatever
I
criteria you want to judge it based off of, it's how
okay.
you feel. Mhm.
I'll say, I'll say, damn. I gotta go with who made the most impact in my life coming up. My
Uh-huh.
soundtrack. So Jeezy gonna be there.
Right.
Ross gonna be there.
Okay.
Gucci was a part of the soundtrack. That leaves me with Fabulous and Jadakiss, right?
Uh-huh.
And okay. Oh man. Oh man. I may take Kiss and let Fab go.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give you my reason behind that.
Okay.
Um, um, damn, my reason behind that is because
Hold
I'm
on,
going
Al.
by.
Al, who you say gotta go, Al?
He said Fab.
I said, I said
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna break it down why I did what I did. Okay, I'm going when he said your criteria. I'm going on the soundtrack of my life and how I came up.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So I wasn't demographically held neither. I listened to everything. Like I told him, Do or Die, Pro Pimp, from Chicago, DPG, Dog Pound Gangsters, West Coast shit, Wu Tang, Nas, all that shit. We in the South, of course, Trick, and everybody, Outkast, everybody. So I had to keep Jeezy. I had to keep Jeezy and Gucci because a nigga was moving to the beat of that shit when I'm trapping and shit. So that was like an everyday
Mandatory. That was mandatory.
rotation. Yeah, and then Ross came, and then once he dropped that hustling, like that's it, that's
Mhm.
Florida. And then he just evolved into becoming a great lyricist. The nigga beat selection was crazy, like
Always. Always.
crazy.
Always.
So it was like I'm on that. That's my shit. And then I picked Jada over Fab, not because Fab is not that dude because Fab is that dude.
Mhm.
But what gave me the edge is because they both got bodies of work. Jada got some solo shit, but then he got his group shit. Fab didn't have no group shit, so I'm gonna keep it equal. But when they came with their mixtapes and the shit and his mixtapes and those battles that Jadakiss had, he had a battle with he went after Jada at the Rock when they
Uh,
had Beanie Siegel them and they had a straight up one on one like they say Jay didn't want no part of that. Bean was saying that look Jay didn't want no part of so I stepped up and took on the challenge with Jadakiss.
Damn, sure
And
did.
they Jay didn't want no part of that nigga, bro. Because nigga, you know what happened with you and Nas. Now you talking about Kiss and like this nigga, like it's not gonna be a walk. You're gonna have to bring everything you
right.
got.
Jadakiss
Beans
would
was
probably be
hungry.
harder. Mhm.
So now you got Beans come out and say, okay, I'll take this nigga on. But when they did have the battle, um shit, Jadakiss rapped on this like this like that shit might it should sound like something Mace would rap on when he was in his bad boy era when they was doing all the dancing and shit. And
Mm.
he man, that nigga killed that shit. That shit was like some people say he won, some people say B won. I went with Jada because Jada rapped some hard shit across a fucking la la happy beat like it was some shit niggas wasn't doing. I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
damn, this nigga could come across that shit on like some shit like that and just be fly and still shoot bullets at you. Like that shit was crazy. So I took Jada over Fab because of some of that history and
Right.
some of that shit he had got involved with.
Right.
Fabulous got, I believe, more notable, maybe a few notable solo hits by himself than
Most
Jadakiss
definitely.
than Jadakiss does. And he killing them on the fashion and all that other shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
all right,
But
so you might just not be aware of that era where Fab like when Fab and Clue got together. It was
oh yeah,
it was like the
oh
whole
yeah.
Desert Storm mixtapes and stuff. And I know them songs ain't really circulate outside of New York too tough. But I believe
That
he's a
that
he's a
that
damn
was the
good competitor.
whole that was the whole reason too. Why? Because they didn't get. I used to have to get them Clue tapes and shit. I had a cousin from New York, right?
Yeah,
And he used to go up there and he would come back. Um, when he first came back after years during the summer, he brought some shit with him and shit. Plus, when Clue started selling them in the stores, them shits they had got big enough where you could start getting these shits. You know what I'm saying? Clue started coming out with like a real tape, mixtape in the store. But
yeah,
before that, you couldn't get it like that circulating.
right,
That other shit with kissing them started getting popularized, and that shit started coming across the radios,
right,
and niggas
right.
started going and dropping freestyles and dissing niggas on the radio, and
Hey,
that
so
shit just
let me do
yeah.
this
Go
then
ahead.
because I'm gonna take it the exact opposite way. And my
Hmm.
answer is still the same as your answer. I would have took Fab off my list as well, but I think it would probably be for a little different reason. You feel me? Like
Hmm.
the person who I would never take off that list, I would have above everybody else would be Rick Ross.
Hmm.
And I think the quality of this man's music is just on the layer better than everybody else. And I'm not talking just the lyrics, which he's an underrated writer, but also like just like
Uh huh.
the production aspect of the music. You feel me? Like his ear for
Yeah.
production is like
He
second to
got
none. Like
incredible.
like
Hmm.
if you think about it, Meek Mill and Wale probably had some of their best years with Rick Ross because that executive decisions that this man was making
Hmm.
was crazy, bro. I was talking to my
Hmm.
dog. I'm like, man, like I think he had probably the best album out of all these niggas. Teflon Don, I think is a better
Hmm.
album than any one of these people ever dropped. You feel me? Like Gucci Mane
Hmm.
had great songs, but I feel like Gucci's probably more known for his mixtape run than the
Definitely,
Hmm.
album run. Even though
definitely.
his
Hmm.
albums were fire, but I think his mixtapes were just like
It's
were insane. You know
mixtapes.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
They
mixtape, the
could they
mixtape.
can't they can't compare to Ross, man. None of
Yeah,
them
but
guys.
like, and then who would be like the closest person to Ross as far as music? It would probably be It
Gucci.
wouldn't. It would probably be Gucci, bro, or Jeezy. It might be even
It'll
Jeezy.
be G.
Yeah,
It'll
It's a
be
toss up.
Jeezy.
It's
I
a toss
pick.
up.
Yeah, I pick Jeezy. My
Yeah,
my
it'll
my
be
reference
Jeezy.
for Jeezy is because Jeezy had a few tapes that um a few songs and a few tapes that I don't care who you is, you gonna really have to once they did you got the streets is watching shit when he first
Mhm.
started with DJ drama and shit.
DJ Drama.
Drop yeah. They dropped that series and that's really what put drama really got
Yeah,
on when
for
they
sure.
linked up and they dropped the streets is watching. I was in Atlanta when Jeezy and Gucci kind of started they little back and forth situation that they had.
Mhm.
I was there when Gucci was just finna drop. The Streets is watching came and Gucci was just finna drop. He had just dropped the Trap House tape. Like he
That's not
just
one.
dropped that with with bricks on it and it was a whole
All
bunch of
white.
other shit he had in my trap house. In my trap house, woo woo. When he dropped that tape, and I was downtown, and I got that shit from like an A-Rail shop or something. They had it in that bitch. Got that bitch in plastic. Let me see what this nigga Gucci about. Cause this nigga Jeezy really got shit on Smash right now. I got to see what he's saying. Cause if he ain't got none, it's over with. Pop that shit in. I said,
Right.
oh shit, he ain't gonna be able to run this nigga off. He ain't
Yeah.
gonna be able to run this nigga off as fast as he think. When
Nah.
I heard
Cause,
it in
cause,
my
'cause-
trap house,
yeah, Gucci
I
back
said,
then he was cool. I don't give a fuck to stop, bro. At that moment, bro. At that point, it was too late, bro.
He got in that
yeah,
mold. He got in that
Mhm.
mold.
Yeah.
Man, and
Well,
they
once
was
Gucci
doing
got
yeah,
when they was doing that trapped out
done,
series. When all the DVDs was jumping and shit, man, he couldn't stop
yeah,
Gucci, bro.
yeah. It was like
it's
it was
crazy
like,
too.
damn, he can't. He could run
Nah.
that nigga out because when I heard it, I was like, damn, this the production.
Right.
Jeezy had that triumphant,
That
crystal
triumphant trap
clear,
shit. Yeah. Yeah.
clean,
Yeah.
clean
hmm
trap shit. Like that shit was like, a fucking when you hear that shit, it's a different energy. It
It's
hits you with like,
it
I could
sound
do
like what he was
anything
selling
with
it
this
as.
shit.
It sound like corporate
Yeah,
thugging. You know what I'm saying?
it's
That's
that.
what it sound like.
Yeah, exactly. And then
So,
Gucci had that shit that hit me different because I could see this shit like, damn, this shit like off the porch trapping, like what we
yeah,
fucking
it's
doing.
like ratchet shit. Yeah,
This
for
running
sure.
this, yeah, this like pulling up, running the street cars when cars pulling up. No, hit the block one more time. I go get my bond, come back. They pull back up. We in the street, hand in hand, like
Yeah,
that's what this shit signed. Then I started seeing the DVDs and the niggas like hanging around certain trap houses. I said, oh yeah, yeah, this nigga official name. I don't know, it's gonna be a long because I knew Jeezy had his shit was gonna probably go a little more corporate and radio, bigger than Gucci and faster. But I just know this nigga wasn't going nowhere. I didn't know how big he was gonna go, but I know he wasn't gonna be able to close the nigga mouth because he was probably too connected. And so what? But far as Ross, his quality of beats, his long run of quality of beats, man,
long run, bro.
it's just
Consistent, man.
like
Consistent. He's
like
like probably
his
the most
consistent.
consistent. Yeah, man. Out of
Yeah,
all
like
these
his consistent.
artists, I
Hmm.
think I gotta say the same thing. Ross probably the most consistent. Like you never see him hit like these like any valleys, like super low, and
Yeah,
his
he's like, what kind of beat is that? What kind of shit?
yeah
Like, bro, what the fuck is that? It came a point in time where Jeezy had got to this one spot, and it was like, damn, bro, that's not like, it's okay, but that ain't that shit.
Yeah, you
And I
just
yeah.
couldn't
driving
figure
this
out.
gangster
I,
shit
I
through.
I
You
tell you what
driving this
happened.
gangster shit through the wall. Like
Oh,
Ross,
Yeah,
Ross got musical with that shit. Like even
yeah,
before Kanye did it.
yeah, yeah.
Before Kanye
Oh
did it,
yeah.
Ross was the one with the samples and the ladies' voices as a sample in the background, and that's why nobody, bro, I bet you anybody in the rap game that Ross asked for a verse, nobody gonna second thought it because he's just that type of dude. They know what time it is when he asks them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it's a verse, oh yeah, now he gon' like you getting a verse from Ross, you know, you getting a immaculate verse.
Right.
Like a nigga gonna give you, he gonna and don't have nothing really up his lane and shit. And y'all kind of like, you know, as far as the production and what you doing is kind of something he doing, and it's you know, it
Yeah.
could be some
Hmm.
shit from the south or it could be
Yeah,
some shit
And
from
another thing is Ross.
up north or something.
You can like when you hear him like on other people's songs, you never hear like a weak ass verse or like some super like whack shit. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, no.
Nah, nah, he
Well,
ain't
That
doing
that
I
that
nigga
think
shit.
leaving the game
all
the same way he came in this bitch, strong as
yeah,
fuck.
I'd say all these
But you
guys
know,
on that top on that five are all pretty consistent. I'd say the least consistent would probably be Jeezy. I feel like he had like a super hot like peak that he never like was regained necessarily after that because like him at his peak is back when niggas
people
couldn't wear the
fell out,
snowman shirts
man.
at school.
Yeah, that's what I mean by yeah. That's what I when I was talking about his couple of albums he had like was so monumental. You brought that shit up in snowman shirts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit was crazy. I seen
yeah.
that shit, bro, firsthand.
I lived that bitch. I had mine from the brow, bro. I
I
I
had
had one
seen
too
mine.
as a kid.
I didn't have one, but I seen this shit. I seen when that came because I was going. I had went to Atlanta a couple times, and I seen. I'll tell you what I seen. I seen that snowman shirts. I heard that trap out shit when it first dropped. I seen the BMF We Rule the World fucking uh billboard myself. I went to a convention where there was one of the members in there. Didn't know who BMF really was until the nigga said, "You ever heard of BMF?" So me and my cousin like, "Nah, we ain't never." He said, "Yeah, man, we BMF." This he started kind of just talking to us about them, and I was like, "Damn," because they was in there selling like they had like J's and Jordans and all kind of shit. They was actually
Mm-hmm.
selling, and then I seen that I went to the club and my cousin like watch this, they gonna do this dance and everybody gonna go crazy. It was that D4L short and low shit, that snap music shit.
Man, we was just talking about that shit, bro.
That shit was crazy,
I
man.
got
I went. Go
hey
ahead.
cuz I got a fastball for y'all. All right, so is
What's up?
Ti
Go ahead.
bigger than Jeezy and Gucci, or what would y'all say? Like
Nah,
Ti
he
his
ain't
peak.
bigger than Ti. Bigger than Jeezy, most definitely. As far as in my
Yeah,
opinion, musically and in the world, his impact, Ti's impact was bigger than Jeezy because Ti is an actor. He's a political dude.
That's
Like
true.
he's just
yep,
all over the
yep,
place.
yep.
And
He
Jeezy
had some
up
Billboard
until
chopping
recently, I think
songs too,
Jeezy
man.
Jeezy was just like he's trying to expand his life and do different things, but he's doing it in the private. Like he's trying to figure out where he wants to be now that he ain't in the streets no more. So it's not for us; it's for
Right.
him. You know.
Right.
hmm He promoting that book right now. He on that book run promotional tour that he got. That he putting heavy. You know, he putting a heavy spin on that bitch. He's like, you know, if he can get this Clem nigga off of him, Clem. This I don't know if y'all seen the Clem guy that's been on YouTube that's been talking about the whole CTE because he was a part of CTE, man.
Like
He just
a
been
current
going,
member? He currently with them? Or he
huh?
was?
No, he say he's CTE for life. You know, all the CTE members like just kind of disbanded, but it's like
Mhm.
you know where I'm from, um, Bloodraw is from. We from the same city, so I know who he is personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, all the certain shit he said he was doing, he did. Like, I seen this shit.
Mhm.
You know, this cat is like real, really good friends with my first cousin. So
Who
I
that
seen
raw?
him. Yeah, yeah. Like he
Okay.
done been on my grandma porch. He done been on Fortune. If he was in here now and I start talking about Fortune Ave and all that, he gonna
I,
break it
I
down
already
to you. That
know.
was
You
in
know, I talked to Raw, and believe me, I brought you up. Believe me, I brought
uh,
Fortune Ave up, bro. So it ain't no. It ain't no. He knows what's going
oh
on,
yeah,
bro.
he gon' yeah, he know like it's he know what it is, $1 million spotlight. He know. He was around all the shit that I know. I come from that. So all
Right.
our shit is stamped. You know what I'm saying? Stamped around up. So he had a rough experience, and it was kind of crazy because we was we're in our hometown, and we like, man, why this, why that, why this, why that, and then he started finally explaining it really good. And when he got on Parlay, when he got on that Meet Me in Apartments Parlay, he really broke down a lot of shit that I didn't know that he was going through with the Jeezy situation,
Right.
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
how that was really fucked up on how that was. So get back to saying about the Clem dude being with Jeezy, he had some issues that when you got like more than, okay, this cat, and this cat, and this cat, and this cat. Then your main producer showed the red like, yo, you fucked me over. After a while, it's like, okay, bro,
Uh,
you fucking niggas over, bro. You
Well, Blood Raw was
you
saying
might,
that the Blood Raw was saying there was a lot of shady business being done by Jeezy, and he was like hiding his hands and blaming that shit on Kinky B.
yeah,
Every
he
time something went
was.
wrong, he blamed
He
that bitch
was,
on Kinky B.
yeah, he and did you see the Kink had an interview where he went off on his ass on twice. He went to Beehive and Kinky went to old boy Big Facts, and he was mad because Jeezy shitted on him, and that was his main man that started this shit together from
You
the
you
beginning when they bought the equipment.
okay, so like it's not no secret that there was a lot of bad business done now. But
Yeah,
you think that shit could all be to like blame Jeezy? Like everybody pointing the finger at Jeezy for real, but like I don't see
I
what he could
think
have. I
I
don't
mean, the
know. A
real
lot of
question is, I
yeah.
mean, how bad a business could really have been done? Like, what was the goals? You got to manage expectations
Uh,
of a certain situation.
okay,
Like, what were they expecting
I'll
to
give you a
to get?
situation. I'll give you a situation.
Mhm.
Now, you got CTE, you got the label. Boom. You got Jeezy, you got Kink. Okay, they together. Okay,
Right.
when the Shady Business shit came in, was okay. Jeezy, they got the deal, the little shit with Boys in the Hood. Jeezy already had a solo deal, and then he had a deal with Bad Boy and one with Def Jam. The Bad Boy shit came when they did the whole Boys in the Hood shit. They dropped that shit. That shit took off immediately. But Jeezy ain't trying to be in no group. He trying to be solo and do his shit. So I understand the move that he made with that, and some of them group members was kind of mad about that. But the play was actually for Trick Daddy, uh, Trick Daddy, Jody Breeze, uh,
V dude. I saw that. I saw
yeah,
that interview.
yeah, okay. It was supposed to be another play, but that didn't happen. So anyway, Jeezy,
Mhm.
that boom, Kinky B, they got the deal, Def Jam, they moving. Uh, Blood do a show in Dothan, Alabama. Turn that shit out. Jeezy shit wasn't just popping just yet around this way. They come over there, they see him. All right, this shit turned out. Who this nigga is? What you trying to do? Eventually, he ended up getting signed. So the CTE shit finna come. You finna drop the album. Now, when they did the CTE album, the shit went crazy. Shit went crazy. The shit went immediately went gold. Like 500,000, like out the gate. This bitch
Cold
just,
Summer. Every song front to
yeah,
back was a
cold
hit.
summer in front to back, man.
Mhm.
That goddamn like this shit was crazy. They dropped that I love
Quickie,
it song. I love it.
Quickie,
Uh-huh.
live it
That
up.
shit went
They had yeah. That I
live
ain't
it
gonna lie.
up. That
Jeezy
that
with that
that
as a compilation. My opinion, that's one
Then
of
they
the
had
best.
that white girl,
That's one
Christina
of the best
Aguilera,
compilations of
Yeah,
hip
pretty
where
hop.
white
good
girl.
seems oh boy, I can't hear you.
Yeah, that shit was so crazy. But we knew down here in Panama, we was like, look, this shit finna go crazy. I know this shit finna go platinum. I'm telling you. And that bitch dropped. So when it dropped, Def Jam them did not really support the CTE shit. They was like, and then the Christina Aguilera, that's gonna ruffle some stuff. We ain't really finna get behind this project. If y'all do it, y'all do it. So when it blowed up, Def Jam like, oh my fucking god, we got us one. They full speed ahead with this shit. Oh, it's on. Bag open. What y'all trying to do? They done set the tour up. They finna go overseas too into it. Not just in America. They going overseas. This shit popped that big that fast. 2 weeks time that shit was out of here. So they did the first show. Boom, that shit sold like everything. Second show, Jeezy said, I don't want to go on tour with them niggas no more. I don't want to do tour with them niggas no more. Matter of fact, I do the tour. I put some shit together myself. So can't nobody understand why that you got a album that's gonna be on its way to platinum. You got the hottest shit out. Y'all group finna, if y'all keep doing the little CTEs and the individual albums, y'all could be big as G Unit and all the other shit. Cause y'all pop just like they did. Y'all looking at a
God
historical.
damn. So y'all saying that Jeezy sabotaged his own crew?
What he did when King came out with the shit, and but Blood came out with that shit first.
Ah, shit.
Blood Raw came out with it first because he was a part of CTE. Him, Slip Puller, Jeezy. That was the
Right.
CTE. All the other members, they wasn't on the CTE album. It was just them three. They was the core. Because Jeezy had this thing where out of Slip Puller and Blood was like them two niggas that was like the best rappers behind with him. So he said, well, um, y'all two up. Whoever makes some of the best shit, we'll put out first. Just so happened Blood had the most momentum and the best shit out of them and the best buzz. Already he had already built up his shit from the south through Alabama coming up to Georgia because he was doing his own shows um already. Like bro had some money because he was out straight out the trap hustling.
Yeah, they
So
were trying to
he
sign him.
doing it.
Slip and Slide was trying to grab on air. He had that little beef going on with Plies
Jazzy
too at the time.
Jazzy Faye won him Ti.
Wait,
I
wait, wait. Who you
remember
talking
when he
about? Who you
came
talking about?
Blood Raw.
Blood Raw.
I
Okay.
remember I remember when he came back to the block, he came back and he parked in front of my auntie house and he had a suburban at the time. A suburban at the time. I go holler at him. He got some CDs, mixtape CDs and shit in there. He had just came back from a meeting with motherfucking Jermaine the Priest for So Deaf.
Major.
This before Jeezy even them knew about him. Like he already had, and he wasn't even speaking about all the little shit he had. I didn't even know he was really rapping like that. I know him from the street because we all out here in the street. My cousin, everybody, the whole St. Andrew trap spot. That's all we doing. And then I discovered the music shit. I'm thinking I ain't never heard of. I ain't know he all. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit kind of hit. That's when shit started moving. I'm hearing the music. I'm like, oh shit, Dutch, man, the pre, damn, nigga, what? How the fuck you get up there and get like, how you, what's going on now? Cause I don't know nothing about none of that. But that came out. So then all them wanted to sign him. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up, signing with Jeezy. Shit had got hot, boy. The feds and all that shit, man. Shit had got hot. Niggas started hearing word that they might want to come pick him up type shit. So it's like, I get this shit legalized, right? Boom, 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 this and that. And so but he the one came out with it first about the CTE shit. And then King just double confirmed that shit. And then Clem just triple confirmed that shit. Like, no, Jesus said that he didn't want to do no more shows with Slick and Blood. He wanted to do that shit. Now, when he dropped them, and he didn't put no more CTE stuff out. They didn't do no more shows. We didn't know what was going on. As fans, were like, "What's happening, man? They supposed to, what's going on?" Jeezy doing his shit and his music, and taking the crowd and the buzz from that, and it seemed like he sucked it. He spit the wheel from there on him, and that catapulted him even more.
Yeah.
Because if he would have kept,
It's kind.
yeah,
It's
if he,
kind.
mhm.
Now you cut you off, but it sounds like the labels didn't want to pay two other niggas more money because they were getting hotter, so they'd rather just cut them two niggas out and force Jeezy
that
into a
could
position.
that
I
could have
pray.
been a situation where like we don't want to. But the thing is, Blood had a Def Jam record deal, solo deal himself. He had his own. He was with Jeezy them, but this nigga had a solo deal too with Def
Mhm.
Jam. That's how hot he was. That nigga had L.A. Reid behind him, a big dog. He
Mhm.
was a big dog, bro. He was finna be like, you know, if everything was been going would have been going, you would have been had to mention him with Ross and all of that going on, cause that's where he was headed. But Jeezy ain't been out that long neither, and this nigga's on fire. So that could have been the case with that, but we just all we know is that he didn't do that. He went did that. So here's the next thing. Boom.
Mhm.
All right, you did that. We don't like that. All right, I'm gonna have to go because before he did the CT album, Blood was already doing shows, making a good good piece of change off of his solo project. He all over. He in Atlanta. He in parts of Georgia, country parts of Georgia. He in Florida. He in Alabama. He moving around. Jeezy places a call and says, "Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how to get some real money, bro. Don't stop doing your shows. Come to the A. Let's finish this. Do this CTE thing and get some real money. Do the CTE album. Drop this shit. Kill the game." Bro stopped all his shows. Stopped his bag. Did that. They dropped the tape. Shit blow up in order to not get no bag. Like what the fuck you called me for then? That kind of so you done throw my shit off. So I go back to doing shows now, and now it's time for Bloodraw solo project. I'm the next artist up behind Jeezy. I'm hot too. All right, boom, fuck it. You ain't do the CT shit. You fuck the nigga. All right, bye. Let's do this solo project. It's time to drop. Nigga, guess what? The nigga album ain't in the stores. The day it dropped, we in Panama. We looking around for the tape. So he getting calls, like he said, he was getting calls from people saying, "Where's his sister and other people? Where is the tape at? We that Def Jam been promote like it's that time. What's going on?" He don't even know it ain't there. So when he make the call to Jeezy, Jeezy said, "Hold on, what? Ain't no. It's not in the store. Hold on, let me make a call." He called back once again, bruh, like you said about him blaming Kinky.
He blamed King
Nigga,
again.
he hit Blood. Oh man, Kinky them ain't print up a clean copy. Kinky beat them. They didn't put the album in the stores. They ain't print up the clean version for it to be in the stores. What?
That boy, you
So
know
now,
what's real, cause that boy shed tears when he told that story. He like literally
yeah,
cried.
nigga, he shed
Yeah.
tears about that shit. He was so mad. He was so mad, nigga, that he shed a few tears. He was so mad about that. Do you know how sabotaging that is, nigga? Your debut album and
Yeah.
you on fire and you have no copy in the store. That take away your momentum. That take away your bread. So he goes and say, "Fuck it, I'm going to the office. I'm gonna fly up there. I'm getting there." He say he get there. He go to one Def Jam office. Before he get in the, he get a call on the radio in Atlanta and everywhere they playing "Put On for My City." When they supposed to be when Buddy shit supposed to be playing
He
the
had Louis
shit.
Bad. Louis Bad was his
Yeah,
single at the time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's with Young Buck them like that shit going up. Is no, he had another song with Young Buck, but Louis Bad was him and Jeezy. So
Him and
that shit
Jeezy. Yeah.
doing numbers. Yeah, that shit doing numbers. So Jeezy done hit done flip the script and done ain't no way them folks kicking them down never dropped the ball by printing out no copies or no albums, bro. Somebody got in the way of that. And reason why I know it's true because Kink and Blood still fuck with each other, nigga. As of to this day, right now, Blood doing music, he on the run, and Kink with him. Kink
Yeah.
linked back in, and they doing this project, they doing the music and all that shit. So you blaming Kink, but if he found out that was true with Kink, he wouldn't be around Kink. He wouldn't be cool when they doing music. They trying to pipe it back up and put everything back together how it was. You didn't drop no clean version, so you just boom. So now you got he go to the office, he get the call, they playing this. He said, sure enough, I go in the office, they playing Put On My City on the radio. They turning the radio on while it's playing. L.A. Reid get mad as fuck and say, tell Jesus, I'm like, look, I don't want, like he said, I don't want to hear another nothing from Jesus or nobody until we get a Blood Raw album. Y'all done dropped the ball. Y'all done fucked it up. I don't want to hear
We ain't
shit
get
about
it. We ain't never
nothing.
get it today. We ain't never get no Bloodraw album to this day.
Nah, man. Because once again, guess who? Once again, this where you know the bullshit really. Like, I'm just gonna show you my hand now. Fuck it. When LA Reid got mad as fuck, and it's a big dog telling y'all don't do nothing. I don't give a fuck what's on the radio. That shit, I don't give a fuck about that unless a Blood Raw album drop.
Mhm.
And I got the bag behind it. And it's an open book. Make it happen. Ain't no excuses. Yeah, it is. Guess what? In order for the album to drop, everybody gotta sign off. LA Reid, everybody already signed off. Everybody ready. Guess who not signing off for him to get the bag and drop the album? Young Jeezy.
But look, bro, tell me this, bro. Which CEO artist, which CEO slash artist in the game do you know that actually gets respect for being a CEO? Whether it's Birdman, whether it's Jeezy, whether it's Kodak Black,
Gucci
or
Mane.
even lately you got this dude Ali from the Lunatics that he going at Nelly hard and really like blaming Nelly for his downfall in the industry, bro. So I think that's just a real hard.
I mean,
I
but like,
ain't
what are they saying? Are they saying that these niggas blackballed them? Like,
most of them are a lot of these dudes is just blaming
Mo,
they CEO for they failure in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And the CEOs
yeah,
they kind of holding the same position. Like, man, look, all this shit is the house money. We ain't come in with this shit. You supposed to make what you can while you in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, for Jeezy situation, if you holding your brother back, that's different. I ain't making no
yeah,
excuse for that. I ain't.
that was a different
yeah,
situation.
that's
Yeah,
not
I
If
ain't. I
crazy.
you
ain't
To
if
judging
be
you
nothing
don't
for
honest,
sign
Jeezy.
off,
Like,
if I need you to co-sign, like that's like me and Street. Like, all right, there's a deal on the table for this YouTube channel, whatever. And like, say me and you co-hosting, and I don't sign off for the deal to happen. They're like the co-host or the next dude or the other nigga like, and you like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't get with you on it. You calling, we finally get with each other. And I give you a number, but you call the next day, the number, what?
yeah,
What
see,
the
that's
fuck?
that's crazy. Yeah.
So so
That's flawed.
yeah,
and then
That's flawed.
I wait until the shit run out, the buzz died out, everything run out. I don't sign off. Then I hold you in the contract for another 3 years and don't drop none of your shit. And then you find it out after the time
See,
is
that's
like
different.
up.
We we
I
we
don't
got
I
it's been issue. If it's like that, then we been had issues. It ain't nothing new. But I'm
yeah.
speaking from a sense of an
But
artist
from the
that's just like,
CEOs, yeah.
you
Some
know,
of that shit, bro.
a lot of them be detached from the CEO. So like over time, ain't no relationship no more. Respectfully, that shit happens sometimes. If you in the game 15 years with a nigga and shit, it just plays its course. You know what I'm saying? So now
Yeah,
you have one artist
I
that's
mean,
successful.
yeah, I mean, dog, I don't think there's anybody who's like really held on to that. I mean, but then again, bro, when it comes to being an artist, that's just a revolving door. So no matter what, you're gonna be in and out of shit all the time because you're an artist. That's what artists do. Artists don't like to sit in one
yeah,
place. Artists don't like to be confined for more than like a
yeah,
4 year span, bro. They like to say like a lot of artists have gone through that shit, bro. That's why artists go
Hmm.
from Interscope to Def Jam to Sony
yeah,
to
yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
To epic, from epic to
Yeah.
Y'all,
Like
y'all
it just
see,
whatever.
depends what you want as an artist. Like, do you want more like control of your career, like creative control, or do you want more money, bro? Like what do you like really wagering, bro?
y'all see that boy Wham Spinner Band latest thing he got going on with Rod Wave?
What's that?
Yeah. I ain't really like. I seen
I
that
didn't
and I
see
was
it.
just kind of like, man, that the situation how he came out and was like, I don't
He
fuck with
he made
Rod,
a
cause
post. He made a
Mhm.
post and stated that pretty much faulting Rod Wave. He said, "Damn, I don't really fuck with you like that because you took Wiz off of the tour last minute because you made that song with Kodak. And if Wiz was on that tour, he would have still been alive. So he
I
kind
mean,
of
but
like,
he can't blame him for nobody's death.
Well,
I
he
think that's
can't put
wrong.
that.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
he can't.
wrong, bro. I think that's like not a mature way to look at something like that. Like if that's
Nah.
the fighting point for it, then I wouldn't agree with that. That's kind of like that's a lot to put on somebody, bro, to blame them for something that they didn't have like nothing directly to do. That's
I
not fair
agree.
enough.
I
Cause
I
agree.
mean,
you gotta look at that shit. You gotta
I
look at
know it's
that shit
emotional,
like
bro. Like
this.
if you lose somebody, you always gonna like everybody in the world is wrong to you at that point. You know what
Uh
I'm
huh.
saying?
Uh huh.
So
But you
it's
gotta
kind
look
of
at that
hard,
shit.
but I don't know, man. I couldn't see
But
myself saying that to somebody. Is pretty
nah,
much what I'm saying.
yeah. You gotta look at that shit like how I would look at it. I agree with you also with that. Cause at first I thought he was just mad at him talking about he took him off the tour, but then the comment went longer, and it's kind of like
Yeah.
um I look at it like this. You can't blame him for that situation because first of all, he from Tampa, Wiz from somewhere else. And what the hell this boy got going on that I don't know about in these streets out here? Like,
Mm.
you gotta blame him for his path he walked before he got killed. What kind of path was he walking before that? Was he really standing on shit, drumming shit down, or was he robbing with a lot of shit? And shit will catch up with you when you're doing something. It's always a smacker for a smacker in these streets. So don't think you just the number one smacker or the number one whatever. Same way if you go to prison or something like it, it's you might be beating niggas up, but it's somebody for you that can match up with you.
You gonna meet
And
your
that's
match,
just
yeah.
Mm.
yeah, and that's just kind of the situation that might have played out with him. Nigga, history of him doing, now you in the spotlight. You ain't got a deal, you shining, the wolves is out, you got paper, you looking right. Now it's kind of like, oh, you might get caught slipping somewhere after any event, or you might be out when you normally don't be out around this time, but you got to make moves. So him taking you off the tour, uh, and you get killed, and he's saying he would be alive right now. I mean, if he was on tour, he might have still been alive. Okay, we can see that, but it's not a blame situation because if he wasn't on no bullshit in the street, and I don't know if he was, but let's just say his path was different or whatever niggas or whatever issues that was going on. Because he might have couldn't have been doing nothing. It could have been some niggas that don't like his situation, what he got going on, and fucking with him. And that shit end up happening like that, which is a
Yeah, I don't
fucked up
know. In
situation.
situations like this, I don't like ever like to guess or like speak on anything. I don't know what happened. You feel me? I just
That's what I'm
feel like as
saying. I
far
don't
as
know.
yeah, as far as like just him and
I'm
just
just
saying that to Rod Wave, I feel like that's kind of lowbrow. But then
yeah, that,
again,
that ain't
maybe don't maybe he already don't like the nigga. You feel me for whatever reason. So
What
it
man?
you know,
What about that Charleston White shit with Adin Ross? I ain't gonna lie,
what's that? What's that? What's
oh
that?
man.
Explain,
man.
explain, explain,
Man.
explain,
All
explain.
right, so
Hold on.
look, from what
Yeah,
I seen, from what I seen an interview on Say Cheese from about 5 days ago. That shit going viral. And what's
right.
going on is I
Right.
guess Adin Ross he wanted to do some kind of business with Charleston White, so he offered to fly Charleston White out
Don't
to
put it
Las
out
Vegas.
there, bro.
Uh,
And he flew him out. I guess he offered him $5,000, and he said, "Man, I want you to come. I want to negotiate with you about a deal, a streaming deal." So Charleston White, he already saying like, damn, it's how he talk, man. These some white
mm.
boys. I don't know what they on some get out type shit.
Right. I gotta
So he was
still watch it
skeptical at
too, bro.
first. He was skeptical, but he say he went out there and got his money. And he say it was just certain things about the business that was throwing him off, like the hotel wasn't booked in his name, or the plane ticket was kind of skeptical. But when he got out there, he kind of met with Adin Ross or whatever, and it was all good. So he pretty much says like the whole time, bro, it was some gay stuff going on. Like nigga, like it was transsexuals popping out of the woodwork. These niggas was like on like playing gay
What?
games, and there never no conversation about no deal or nothing like that. And there's
Oh,
some footage of him
What?
actually about to fight one of Adin Ross's little black homeboys. It's deep, bro. It's kind of crazy.
bate boy activity.
Yeah, Batchy Boy activity,
Ah,
dog. Me can't
yeah.
lie, dog. Me
That's
that part them
crazy.
things, dog. But
I mean, look, bro, but if we gonna get here, bro, I want to start here then, bro. Cause this is like something, bro. I don't know why niggas just keep acting like this shit don't be happening like all the time in the industry. Like the industry not made for this type of energy, bro. Like nobody can't tell me nothing about Lil Baby and them on that boat. You feel me? We're all white, bro.
Oh man,
Like
that
I don't know
shit
what an all
crazy.
white ritual party is, bro. Hugged up between two niggas. Like my dogs ain't never hugged me up. Like it ain't no real celebration, bro.
Yeah, I
Shit,
didn't
my
like that.
baby,
I didn't
yeah,
like that picture. When I seen that, I was like, bro, don't nobody be doing no shit like that. No
yeah.
happy
Like
ass shit like
what
that.
baby was
I
born?
don't
Who
give a
got
fuck
married,
what
bro?
you say.
Yeah, who got
Man,
married, bro? Like
Like,
what?
like, 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 who's
What style?
fucking taking pictures like that, bro? Nigga groping, nigga holding. Like, get your ass. Like,
Man,
first of all,
that's that
we ain't
humiliation
even in
shit.
this. I don't do that shit. If I
Man,
was Lil Baby and I got rich like that, I'm not finna do all that. Them type of parties with everybody. I already see all these niggas at shows and all this shit already. I'm trying to do something else. I ain't trying to be at no goddamn
no yacht
shit where
party.
he's sweet and all this shit and banana shit going on over here and uh like what the fuck? Banana boat island? Fuck no.
man, that shit
I'm
Banana
too
not
much.
over there. Fuck no. We ain't
That's
doing
it.
boat.
none of that
That's why
shit.
they got rid of
Never.
DMX, man.
Ever. You want niggas, y'all trying to pay niggas and flip flam niggas to go to
Yeah,
Banana Boat Island and shit. You got me fucked up, man. I'm not doing no shit like
I
that. And as
was
far
that.
as
So
that picture,
before we even get to Aiden Ross and them, like that shit was already like ridiculous.
yo,
So
that
Aiden
shit.
Ross and them doing all that shit, I don't doubt it. They probably thought Charles White was just Charleston White was just like a little ass nigga. You feel me? And they wanted to, you feel me, test him or some shit. I don't fuck with
That
that shit.
shit
That
was
ain't no prank,
crazy.
bro. That's some bullshit.
That shit kind of made me take a liking to Charleston White to see how he defended himself and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really was never no fan of him because he kind of wild too. But
I mean, he
you
just be
know,
saying whatever, bro. He know better, bro.
he a smart man, dog.
No, I
He a
mean he
smart
know what he
man.
doing. He doing that shit like calculated. Like he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's not like he ain't think about that shit. But at the same time, some of the shit he be saying is a little excessive.
yeah. Most deaf, most deaf. I don't know what happened to Ab. I think he got booted off
So that's straight. But yeah, cuz you feel me? I don't know what else is going on in the world that I need to know about, man.
in the world. Shit,
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. You know, crazy shit as per usual, bro.
yeah.
Outside of the music stuff, I don't know, bro.
I'll tell you. But shit, even with just the music stuff, dog, I feel like I don't know, man. These people gotta understand about these party. Like that shit ain't no party, bro. What kind of
I
festivities
ain't
are
see the
these?
stuff. I heard about it though, but I don't
Yeah,
know. But I think it was what's the crazy part about that is the dudes that be with it, that be going and don't be having no issue like Lil Baby and Diddy and stuff like that. They gonna do what they gonna do regardless. The rich folks, but when you go over there and
yeah,
associate yourself with it, that's the issue. The hell
yeah. I
you
don't know.
taking your black ass out there for, bro? In the middle of the ocean with all these white folks.
I don't know, man. I feel like once you got like a certain reach, I don't understand why
Yo,
continue just pursuing money like only in
I'm back.
America and having to do certain shit like this.
My bad. I'm back. The
Oh,
damn
you good?
phone
You
went to
good?
tripping, and I
Like
had to
like
re
Charleston White, like
enter.
Charleston White said, I don't want no 100 million. Give me 10 to 20. I'll be all right because I don't want to do what they got to do for that 100 million. I'm good. I
I
don't
gotta
want that
watch
kind of
that,
stress.
bro. I gotta watch that. Matter of fact, when I go back in here and get this situated, I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna listen to that because I seen clips of him talking about they doing some gay shit and they doing all this and
That
aiding and
boy
all
said that
that. And I'm
white
like,
boy
ain't that nigga
gay.
wasn't at that part? Wasn't he at that party with little baby them aiding and them?
Who? Aiden Ross?
Like, yeah, wasn't he at that white party too?
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
doubt it.
surprised. They say he got a check for 100 million, and he put his homeboy on another streamer, and Kick gave him 100 million. So Kick
Who got 100 million
Aiden Ross,
and
Aiden
gave his
Ross.
homeboy 100 million too?
Nah, he didn't give his homeboy 100 million. He kind of is like a representative for the network Kick. I never used Kick, but it's an app called Kick. I think
Okay,
Kick. It used to be. I used to hear
yeah,
about it back in the day, but I guess he
yeah.
got some kind of streaming deal with them, and they kicked off 100 million to him. And he has a
Oh,
homeboy that's a streamer as well, and he got a check for 100 million too.
Oh shit.
So the
Yeah,
whole time,
nah,
so
but
that why
Them
Charleston
boys
White
get
like, damn, bro, they over
I'm
here,
a
they
hustler,
over
nigga.
here.
You give me, I'm a
He
hustler.
pretty
You give
much
me
saying they were
10,
baiting
20,
him the
I
whole
get to
time.
that 100.
They
yeah.
flew
Ah,
him out to Vegas, dog, and they were baiting him, pretty much getting him mad the whole time and getting this shit on film. And they ain't paying him, so he like, damn, they steady like got the camera on. They getting all this money off streaming me because they took me out here, but I ain't getting paid for none of this shit. They just putting snakes on me. They slapping me. They taking my hat off, knowing my shit bald and I ain't got no haircut.
Hell no. That sound
You
like
know what
them
I'm saying?
rituals, man. That boy
ah,
got hazed, man. That boy getting hazed.
He said, well,
oh
he said, how this
man.
look? I'm a black man, 47 years old, and these little white boys playing games with me. Ain't this some shit? He say, but why they playing me? I'm figuring out they shit because I'm asking them, teaching me how to stream on video games. Teach me how to do
Yeah,
this. Teach me how to play
yeah,
blackjack. Teach me this. Teach me that. You pimping
yeah,
me, I'm pimping you. Straight like that.
yeah. Mm, man, yeah, I had no. I'm gonna see what it could. When he first said that shit about uh the shit that he was saying, I was like, boy, Charleston, I can't take your ass serious, boy. I got to let me see what's going on and let me see what you got going and what, cause I know him. He'll come out of he'll put some shit together, boy, and just spin that shit. Nigga might have did this, and it'll be a whole bunch of other shit going on that he done
Yeah.
added on top of that. But this is a different situation. We talking about white folks and with money and rich folks, and you know it gets sticky when it gets to all that rich and
Yeah.
money and what they say that be, like, you know, going on with all of that all of that situation. He already controversial himself. But that situation, like, you ain't lying, that shit has blowed up, and I gotta check it out. I'm gonna listen to it and see what definitely what that is. But I got a question, Street, and I
Yo.
want to get to you. We had went and got off into something else. I want you to go ahead, cause I know Fab, Fab, your man, and you fuck with Fab heavy. So I want to get your opinion on, cause I know you would have picked Fab instead of Jada, and give you a second to, run down your Fab shit on why you would have
Okay.
kept him in your file. Cause we kind of hit, boom, boom was hitting. I was like, damn, I gotta give my man, my
I got
homeboy,
you.
a turn on. Like, hold on,
I
niggas,
got
now
you. I got
Fab
you.
that nigga now. Hold on
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
All
minute.
right.
absolutely,
So to
absolutely.
so to
Fast
repeat,
five is
so to
that, man.
repeat the question, Press Play was asking if we had five rappers at hand, being Rick Ross, Gucci Man, Jadakiss, Fabolous, and who was the fifth?
Rick Ross,
uh,
Jadakiss,
Rick
Rick
Ross,
Fabulous,
Ross.
Jeezy, Gucci,
Jeezy,
yeah, Jeezy, Rick Ross,
Jeezy.
Fabolous, Jeezy, and Jadakiss. I said I would cut. I said I would cut Jadakiss. Reason being, during my timeline in life, I was more familiar with all the other artists' music, and they had more of an effect on me. Not to say I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
familiar with any Jadakiss, but when I think
Mm-hmm.
Jadakiss, my thing is that Ja Rule song New York. You know, because I was fucked up about that shit, and I feel like Jadakiss ripped him. I feel like Jadakiss
Ah.
ripped a whole bunch of songs with Bad Boy, with the Rough Riders, but I don't feel like he had a
Ah.
substantial career on his own to hold the weight as somebody like Fabulous, who I was hearing Holla Back Youngin, and y'all can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider. You don't want to fuck with
Mm-hmm.
me. You know, as a young kid,
Mm-hmm.
that shit really marinated into a nigga. So I definitely
Mm-hmm.
can't put Jada over
Mm-hmm.
Fab.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Fab had that hit with Lil Mo. He had turned Lil Mo song up back in the days. The girl that was an
He
R and
turned a
B
little more up.
artist.
Yes,
He turned her up.
Superwoman.
Yeah, he turned her up, boy, when he dropped on that whatchamacallit. So I wanted to hear what was your opinion on
But I
why
still
you
fuck with
choose.
Jada. I just can't tell you like I can't
It's
tell
just
you a
that
Jada
you
verse.
was niggas was like you was dressing up like Fabulous back then, bro. Like you would have
Oh
you feel
yeah.
me mimic that type of style because he was like fly, bro.
He was fly. He was that poster
Mm-hmm.
boy like around that time with the do rag and the
Yeah,
fitted caps with the
Mm-hmm.
throwback jersey.
he literally might have been like the flyest rapper at that time, and might have been
Oh
him
yeah, definitely,
like easily.
definitely. He definitely
That nigga
was.
had the
He
Jacob watch
definitely
to
was one of
match
the
the jersey.
flies ones, coming out with what he was doing. And like I say, I only had Jada by a little edge from that, and I was just speaking on perspective of what I was listening to and where I was coming from. That made me keep Jeezy and Gucci and all of that in the mix because it was like, okay, this is kind of where I'm coming from. So that was hard when I got Ferris and Jada to really like, because I know about that Clue era
Yeah.
and that run with him and how he really came in, how he came in. And me being a little older, I could get a little deeper into Jadakiss early before
Right.
Fab, like early. So I'm coming at just from that whole perspective. And like
Yeah,
I
and I
said, I just
respect it.
had
I
to just,
respect it. You know, we some hip hop heads, so
what?
we gonna always have
Oh
different
yeah.
opinions in some places. So, but I tell you what, they
Mm-hmm.
real good friends, and they do a lot of work together for a reason
What?
because they
Mhm.
both feel like they don't. You know, Jadakiss respects Fab on a certain level, and vice versa.
Yeah, I definitely feel
Mm-hmm.
like they're like their frequency, their vibes are like very par with each other, man.
Oh
And
yeah.
during Fab's funeral, Fab time, bro, it was like hard to like he had like a really hot mixtape run too. I'm not gonna lie, like that
I
funeral
know.
Fab shit, like all that shit, fire, super fire.
I know. I know. Like Jadakiss spit one of his epic verses off of his like mixtape, like when they were doing that Dipset verses.
Mhm.
It was Dipset versus uh 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 the Locks, but it kind of turned into Dipset versus Jada because Jada went crazy. He was like,
Yeah,
what the
Jada's a
fuck are you?
monster.
He doing acapella. He doing acapella. He going acapella. He remember all the verses. He on point like he rapping like the first time he rapped it was today. Like he was just crushing it. And like niggas didn't have no win or nothing like that. He on
Like
stage.
up until I was like 17 though. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. My money was on Wayne
Yeah, for
every day,
sure.
all
Oh yeah,
day.
now
Wayne
Yeah,
that's
ain't tell
not
me
that now
shit.
that's all day. Yeah.
yeah.
Now when he came, bro, like you can't. That's gonna be that's gonna be man when Wayne was rapping going when we had Rap City,
Yeah,
man, them
he was killing
verses
them, dog.
that he was coming in there with, some of them cats was coming in, but he was coming in there with like a whole new wave on how to spit.
Wayne, bro, like
And
he,
Jay
I
Z
like
had
when he was going out,
instructions.
bro. He dropped so many hot mixtapes, bro. Like the drought, um, fucking like everything,
The
bro. Like
prefix, the
the
suffix.
preset suffix, like he had like a million different
Squad
like
Yeah.
up.
shirts, bro. Like yeah, even after like Squad Up and stuff, bro. But like I feel like during that Carter 2 era, that's like my favorite Lil Wayne, bro. Like that's
Yeah,
why I feel
I'm
like
with you.
he was like
I'm with you on that.
he was at the most player, and he wasn't like. That's
Mm-hmm.
before he became like a strict punchline rapper. Back when he still had like some like player like flow and shit. I
Mm-hmm.
used to fuck that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
Carter
Mm-hmm.
3 and all that shit is cool, but like that's just more about like the hype than the actual like quality of the music. Like the Carter 2, that's like you feel me? Like that's hustler music, bro. He dropped hustler music on that shit, bro. Baby, you
Oh
gotta
yeah.
know my just out here
Oh
boy.
doing
yeah.
what I gotta do for me and you, and you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
Man, when he
Mm-hmm.
dropped that shit, boy,
yeah,
it
why the
was
fuck
you,
is you
bruh.
tripping? Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
That shit take me
Mm-hmm.
back to them days. That shit crazy, bro. I'm talking about niggas getting dreads, niggas getting tattoos in their face, niggas, bruh, niggas wearing bapes. Niggas
Yeah,
thought
like
they was
niggas
Yeah.
don't
home.
understand. Like, not only was Lil Wayne the best rapper alive at that time, but he was also like the coolest nigga in the world at that time, bro.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was on top of
Like
the world,
niggas,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey,
Young
like
black man.
I'm gonna tell you when he turned into a rock star. When he dropped that lollipop, that
yeah,
a little
lollipop Carter too.
lollipop. When
Hmm.
he dropped that with pop star time. It was star time. Like he
Yeah, that's why
just
he went
that's
mainstream,
yeah, that's when he just ooh, just I done
like
popped the
super
cork, boy.
mainstream.
Mainstream, I'm
Yeah,
out of here. I'm way out of here now.
That nigga got a
yeah,
taste of them M's. He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try some shit."
yeah,
He
yeah, for
tried it,
sure.
boy. That he showed
Yeah,
enough
that
went
boy would pop,
straight to the
man.
top.
Yeah, straight to the top, bro. That boy would pop.
Now what he got me at? that I didn't understand, but I'm cool with it. Is he switched up the whole thing and it was just like the skater. He just turned into like the skateboard cat,
Mhm.
and I didn't know he liked skateboards. I thought he was just putting on, and it was another way to market. And like, if I can get into this community, well, I can make some bread. I can really be like, really
You know,
have everything on lock.
I think that's how it started, bro.
But
I
not
think that's
even,
how it
you
bro.
think
started,
so?
You
and
gotta
I
think,
think
bro.
I think he.
That that was the
I don't
first time
know.
Wayne really had the chance to like make decisions for himself in a way. You know what I'm saying? That's like him becoming a man.
Mm-hmm.
So like, cause at that time he was like 26, like barely maybe like 25
Mm-hmm.
or some shit when he started doing
Mm-hmm.
all that type of you feel me changing. So
Mm-hmm.
his mind was just different. You feel me? Like before that, his only crowd was like the hot boys and shit like that. So then
Mm-hmm.
after that, he was like solo for a very long time. You feel me? And then once he finally started
Mm-hmm.
getting like the power to be the man that he wanted to be, and he like kind of
Mm-hmm.
realized it, I feel like he just and a lot of it has to do with like the niggas that he like. You feel me? The circle he was with compared to where he was before in his life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as crazy as it looks. You know what I'm saying? Considering
Hey,
that
there
after
you
that,
go.
a lot of
I'm glad
people, yeah, a lot of
I'm
people end
glad
up
he said
following
it like
suit,
that.
man.
So it was I'm telling you from the perspective that we coming from, it was like, wait a minute, what's going on now? Okay,
Hmm.
all right. And then you look again, you be like, I'm trying to understand, bro. Maybe you finna get bred in a different demographic, which is a genius marketing plan, but
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a
that nigga started.
whole
He
lot.
started. He was pushing the bar every time you seen him. He just pushed. It started with the lip
Yeah,
ring.
it was. Yeah, he
I
Then
feel like
started
it was
pushing.
kind of a good thing for black people though, because before that, I feel like black people like were kind of like put into like two different categories. You feel me? So like niggas didn't really have
Mm-hmm.
the alternative type. You feel me? So you can only aspire to be two types of niggas. You feel me? So it's just
yeah, he
I
made
think
it
Lil
cool to
Wayne,
be different. He made it
yeah,
cool to
you
be
know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But it
I
was
get
some
on that.
black skateboarders now. It was cats that was black. There's a whole culture of that we ain't really tapped into. That like they do skateboard and they do
Mm.
stuff like that. I remember the dude from California who was raw at skate, who had like a deal and all that. But this cat done like killed his wife or did something crazy, and now he in like prison or something. I forget this dude name, but he was like a Tony Hawk with a black dude. I
Yeah,
think he
I'm see that
started
fun.
rapping too. I gotta remember his name, but he was big over there in Cali, man. Big over. He came. Matter of fact, he had a skateboard shoe, also deal. Um, I
Sound
have to,
familiar.
I have to.
Well,
I
I'll
can't
probably look into
remember.
it in a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I just want to ask that question since we brought Wayne up because it was
Oh, I got
such
one
a,
question before I clear it, bro. This I actually thought of this
yeah.
earlier. All right, so is NBA YoungBoy now hotter than Wayne was in his prime?
To me, nah, bro. I ain't going against Wayne on no. Nah,
I don't know,
in
but
his
you
prime.
gotta see it like not from your perspective. Like what do you think it is? Like I wonder what the numbers are, bro. Like I wonder like what the impact really is because
Hmm.
some niggas they
Well.
swear by NBA YoungBoy, especially some of the younger generation, bro.
Yeah,
And the
but
I
numbers he's
think
done,
I
bro, like
think
he's done Michael Jackson numbers, bro. Like that's insane, bro. So like I don't know if Wayne. I know he
was
did,
we
maybe. I don't
streaming
know.
then though?
Uh,
Was we streaming? Was
I
we
mean,
in the
but there's
era
there,
of
there's a
streaming?
way to like there got to be a way to get the numbers, bro. At least like
I'm
a
I'm
decent approximate.
I'm gonna keep it real. It looks like it might be even from afar, but I think, bruh, Wayne, bruh, it's so much work you gotta put in,
I
bruh.
feel
So
like
much
Wayne had
speed.
more of an impact, but I'm not sure though. That's what
But
I'm
look,
asking.
I'm gonna tell you like this. When I listen to the radio, bruh,
Mhm.
I don't hear no young boy ever,
Yeah, but
ever,
YoungBoy's
bruh.
blackballed though, so you gotta take that
But
into consideration too.
well, then
Like he's like
then
industry
that's
blackballed.
well, that's the answer then, because I don't
But
know,
yeah,
bruh.
but his impact on the internet, bro. Like that's just
Granted,
crazy, bro. Like the
but
streams though, bro.
Wayne
Like
didn't have that
if YoungBoy
opportunity.
drops some shit right now, that shit gonna hit 1 million in like an hour, bro.
But
Yeah, but
let's be
that's
real. If
Wayne ain't
Wayne's
had
peak
that
was here,
advantage.
if Wayne's peak was during this time, but he would have had that nigga by a
What?
long shot. Cause he
Long
has
shot.
yeah, long
Yeah,
shot, bro.
Cause he look at the versatility of this nigga Wayne.
So it's not
This
comparable.
nigga,
That's what I'm saying. Like this, like
this
In
it's
my
not even.
the,
opinion, because I
the
think Wayne has that Justin
versatility.
Bieber crowd too. I think Wayne has the whole Justin Bieber Calabasas crowd and all. I don't think YoungBoy
Yep,
has that.
Okay.
yep. He sure does. He
Like
sure
Wayne is
does.
worldwide. Like YoungBoy might be known in
Young
Germany,
boy
but
can't
Wayne
do
is. If,
a lollipop, whatever that song was.
I mean,
He can't do one of
I
them.
think what's gonna hurt a young boy in the long run is the fact that he's probably not gonna be able to like to fly to different countries and shit. And that has a lot to do
If he
with
want
like
to do that, cause he come
like
longevity.
yeah,
weird a little bit
like
too,
Wayne's
bro.
been gifted, and he got gifted like a Ferrari from a prince over there in the east
That's what I'm
country.
saying. Like shit like
It's
that. That's
it's
exactly my point, bro.
it's different, bro.
Yeah,
It's different. You might get numbers
All
and
right.
shit, but I think Wayne could have
yeah.
did that.
If
So the
Wayne
verdict
had that
is not
streaming,
close.
if he had that streaming era, if he got what we talking about today, how it is today, and Wayne had that at that time, when he was dropping it mixtapes and then in his prime, it wouldn't be close like the nut man. It'd be
Who's the hottest
ain't
nigga
no
right now
telling.
then? That,
Like
that's
how
that's
this,
yeah.
like
Hottest.
if you want to be real,
Other than Drake, Drake don't count.
like on some J
Yeah, he
Cole
don't
type
count.
shit, or like Dirt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
because it's
mean,
levels.
You
Like I
talking about
think
like
I
who's
commercial
the
or
number one?
just
Like
hot?
Lil
I,
Wayne when he was the hottest, he was the best. You feel me? He was number one. Who's number one? Who's the number one like guy?
Oh, man.
Is it Drake? It
Who?
might just be Drake, bro.
yeah,
I
But he
mean,
bro.
don't
I'm gonna
Drake
go
count
with
though,
gonna
bro,
be
Drake.
because
number one.
I don't know if he really counts, bro.
I'm gonna
Drake
go with
number
Drake.
one, bro. Like he,
Drake a pop
that's
star, bro.
just
I,
Drake number one
so
because
is
he gonna
Wayne,
have
but
that Wayne impact. He come from that Wayne umbrella, dog.
yeah,
This is the impact that Wayne's having.
yeah, that's fact.
A
That's
Nicki
another fact. I
Minaj
ain't
or
gonna lie.
Drake.
That's something
Like,
nobody else will ever have is the fact that that Drake came from the Wayne tree. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah, like he come
Like an
from that, and
offspring.
they show their
saying?
yeah, and they show their respects um with that. And if anybody, if I had to put anybody against Wayne, it's gonna be Drake. he,
That's
he,
facts, bro. Damn.
they
I
was
feel like
doing
ain't no
verse,
grown
if they
people
was doing
listening. I don't think a lot of grown people listening to Young Boy. I feel like he has a majority of the young crowd, and
he
For
he
got
ain't
that.
grown.
now,
I ain't saying old people, grown people don't listen to him. They ain't out there, but I don't
that's
think he
not true.
captivates.
I think that's not true at all. Actually, I think there's a lot of old niggas that be like listening to Young Boy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I seen like a lot of
Well,
older people share his shit, like
uh,
post pictures with
I
his
think
song playing on IG and shit. Like I see that shit all the time.
if you my age and younger, you are like I know cats who's 40, 39, 38. They listen to Young Boy, but not everyone. But for me, I can't tell you a lot of Young Boy songs. Maybe a couple of them. And he's don't get me wrong, Young Boy
Hey,
talented. He got a lot going on. But my thing is that I can't listen to like every song I'm mad. Like I don't understand, bro. Every day you mad. Like you got
yeah,
money,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got this. You came from the ghetto, the struggle, but you
yeah. It's one
always
way.
mad. Every fucking
Yeah,
time, every song you holler. Oh, I got the top of this one. It's like, come on, bro. Like
yeah.
now I'm
There's definitely a
tired.
lot of low
I
vibe
got
shit.
tired. Yeah, it's like,
It's
bro,
like
I'm tired,
talented
bro. Every
shit, but
time
like
you
it's low vibe. I know what you're
know what
saying,
I'm
bro. Like
saying?
too much of that is like,
You could have been big like Boozy coming from Baton Rouge, but you ain't as
but at the
versatile.
same
Like you don't
time,
make
I say this. I say like NBA YoungBoy, like in 4 to 6 years, bro. Considering like the lifespan of a rapper, like especially considering him, and he's like he's
yeah.
really elite. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be a beast like in a few years, bro.
If
I
he
feel like he'll
grows,
go through a music
if
evolution.
yeah, if he grows and start to spin um his songs become like he coming from Baton Rouge and he got a few songs that like resonate with everybody, and what somebody going through, and like he can still make his anger his songs that he normally make. But if he can turn that corner and make some music versus just what he make now, and he put that together, he definitely gonna rap. He definitely gonna rap some shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He definitely definitely run laps around um, people.
The
You can just
game,
make
yeah.
some songs. Just calm down a little bit, and make some songs where you're a little more calm and you actually just rapping with one subject that you're really talking about that people can relate to. Because everybody can't keep relating to spinning the block. Bro. Like you gotta have some. And he got a few songs, mainly about this is that done and wrong or some shit like that. But I'm trying to hear some, you know, some other songs
Yeah,
that
yeah.
touch
And y'all,
people in a
and y'all, we
different
gon' we
way.
gonna finish this chat on Friday, another day this week, y'all. Boy,
So,
definitely a good episode.
For
all right,
sure.
man. I'ma holler at y'all
Fortune
boys,
All
now.
man.
right.
So
Press
out.
play. Y'all
All
hit the
right.
like button, smash the subscribe button. We out.
All right. Yeah.